Okay, so originally Fury Road was meant to be going up today, but I've had a change of heart because I went to the cinema yesterday. Now, I know there's been an awful lot of advertising, most of it's been brilliant and hilarious. So, what did I think to the film known as Deadpool? I was impressed. It was actually the most fun I had watching a film since Fury Road. So it's probably my second favourite film of all time. I will give it that from start to finish. From the opening credits scene, which are absolutely hilarious. Pay attention to them because there's a lot of funny gags in that, especially because normally it has like the names of the actors, the directors, the people who produce it, that sort of thing. But in this case, it doesn't. It does it Deadpool style, as you would expect. So that's absolutely hilarious. Some of the script is some of the best Marvel script of all time, to be honest. A bit skeptical at first when they announced it. After X-Men Origins Wolverine, where they sewed Deadpool's mouth shut, which was one of the most stupid ideas that Marvel and Fox had ever had, bar rebooting the Fantastic Four. I won't get into that too much. A bit skeptical. Then I began to think, what if they're trolling us the whole time? What if the trailers aren't exactly the filmed? Because, everything else had been trolling with the advertising. They had done the skull, and then the poo, then the L. They had done the Valentine's Day poster, which turned out to be quite accurate, actually, with the film. I won't give away any spoilers there. And then there was the clickbait website, so I began to think, what if this isn't the movie at all? What if this is just a way of throwing people completely off? Because that could be quite real, to be honest. But I was surprisingly wrong there. The flashbacks, they dragged on a bit at times, and they weren't always needed, but it was good to see a lot of the referencing in it. Like, there was a figure of the Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine, yes, the one with his mouth shut. There was a picture of the Green Lantern. There was a magazine cover with Ryan Reynolds saying "Sexiest Man Alive" on it. What did I think to the cast? The casting was absolutely brilliant. It was good to hear Colossus actually have a Russian accent this time. That was one of the big problems with the original X-Men films, is that Colossus is Russian, but yet he didn't actually have a Russian accent. Music is from Tom Holkenberg. Junkie XL talk about more about him in Fury Road review, and that was absolutely brilliant. Apart from obviously the original, not the original songs, the songs that were being played during it, like Wham gets played in it, Salt and Pepper do, amongst others. It was crude, it was funny, it was violent, it was bloody, it was gory. The only way to really describe it is as the crank of Marvel films. Because, there's a lot of similarities between Chef Chelios and Wade Wilson when you look at them. They're both psychopaths, enjoy killing people the same way, swear a lot. It's really quite interesting when you watch it. A lot of people won't like it, and all I'll say is thank goodness they hadn't given it a PG-13 cut, because that would have been such a bad mistake from Marvel Fox. Stay and watch for the end post-credit scene. There's Deadpool appears in the first part of the credits, and watch for the post-credit scene because it's absolutely essential you do. It gives a slight peek at Deadpool 2, but not shoot-wise. It just reveals a little bit of information, which I won't say on here because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So, what did I think to the film? The film, from start to finish, absolutely hilarious. The script was genius. The characters, the way that they were introduced, was a really good idea. It rewrote and completely got rid of the Origins Wolverine storyline, which, thank God for that, because that was a complete mess. What else? Cast. Not that many big names, which was probably a good thing because it actually worked. Hear me out before I say this. If you have too many big names in a thing, it gets hyped too big and then it begins to fail. Take, for example, Age of Ultron. It listed every single person on it and the hype was too high. With Deadpool, there's only 3 or 4 big names in it. And then the rest of the time, it was just the small names who you hadn't heard of before and you wasn't sure as to whether or not it would work. It definitely worked. This is probably the best Marvel film ever made. I wouldn't recommend taking anyone under the age of 15 to go and see it, though, with the amount of swearing, blood, guts, violence, and all that stuff that's in it. The Deadpool rap actually appears in it. For those who aren't familiar with the Deadpool rap, it was done by a YouTuber, I can't remember off the top of my head, and it was for the game. They've changed the lyrics slightly, obviously, because of the film, but it was nice to see that in it, because, I mean, it's the Deadpool rap. It's absolutely funny, so take a listen to it when you get the chance to. Cast, yes, so that would be an A+ from me there, because, I mean, it was the correct casting for it, and it was definitely enjoyable to watch how they interacted with each other. The script, A+, funny, dark, sort of creepy at times, borderline horror at times, definitely fun to watch. Music, A+ again, completely different from the Fury Road soundtrack before someone thinks that it's going to be similar to that. If you want similar to Fury Road soundtrack, I would take the Dawn of Justice soundtrack, because from what I've heard, it's quite similar at times. What else? Editing. Some of the editing in it was absolutely hilarious, especially when he breaks the fourth wall while breaking the fourth wall already, so he's like, what's that, like 16 walls are just broken there? So, the way it was edited for that specific scene, absolutely brilliant, absolutely essential. Special effects, there was quite a bit towards the end, I won't reveal why or how. Definitely interesting though, because, I mean, it didn't look like it was super special effects like some of them where it's explosions all the time, quite obviously CGI'd in, on specifically about the Michael Bay films there. So that was pretty good to see, really. What do I give it altogether? It has to be an A+. One of the most must-see films of all time. If you like action, comedy, blood and guts, if you like a smart math hero who's not actually a hero, more of an anti-hero, from start to finish, you will enjoy this.